Nicole,
Yes.
congratulations. You are the
thank
member of
you.
the month for December.
Thanks.
So how you feel with this honor bestowed upon you?
I'm so excited.
You're so excited?
I'm going to go to Disneyland.
Yeah! Awesome. So we're just going to ask you a couple questions, let everyone get to know you a little bit better. So first one, what's your occupation?
Well, I'm an accountant by trade, and currently I'm a CFO of a small company in Raleigh.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And then what's your usual class time that you like to come to?
6 a.m., early morning.
Yeah.
Yep, get it done.
Get done before the day starts. And how long have you been doing CrossFit or been coming to TCF?
10 years.
10
And
years?
For both, yep. 10 years for CrossFit and 10 years at TCF.
Nice. So you originally started at TCF?
I did, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then remind me, you were like one of like the very first members, right?
That's right. Yeah, Dove actually started in like a November time frame, and then I started in January. He bought me like a women's series. So, and that's, yeah, he was one of the very first ones right after Clay and Kim originally moved out of their garage and started Triangle CrossFit here.
Okay.
He was like one of the very first ones to come to their first gym.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
it's
crazy.
I know it is. It seems like yesterday, but it was a long time ago.
And well, I guess how did y'all like find out about it? Was it just like were y'all originally friends with them, or was you just kind of like heard it through the grapevine or something like
No,
that?
it's a good question. No, Dove actually had heard about CrossFit through work, what he does and everything. So he started looking into it, and it sounded interesting for something different to do, because this was back way before anybody really knew what CrossFit was. So he started doing it, really enjoyed it, and thought, yeah, Nicole will like this. And got me a women's series.
Nice. So you said you've been doing it for like 10 years, and so what kind of keeps you coming back to TCF?
Well, TCF in particular, just because the people, like we've always had such good members, we've had good coaches, and it's always fun to show up at the gym. There's no drama, it's just a friendly environment. People want you to do well and they care about you. That's what keeps me coming back. The working out has always been fun because it's always different. Somebody decides for me what I'm doing. I just have to show up and be told what to do, and I do it. So that's what I enjoy about it.
It kind of takes the work out of it for you. You just come in, just do what you're told, and
That's right.
you just go on your merry way.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime I've tried to do anything traditional after this, whether it's just, you're away on vacation, you just go into a gym to do something, it's miserable. I just stand there and I'm like, this is so boring. I don't know what to do. Nobody's telling me. There's nobody here to work out with. So, yeah.
You just go in there, you're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Look at the four walls.
But awesome. And so, is it specifically like the 6 a.m. people that keep you coming back, or is it like everyone within the gym? Because you were talking about how TCF in particular, you love the people and all that. Is it like the overall community, or mainly with the 6 a.m. class?
It's overall for sure, because I used to, for probably a good 7 years or so, I came to like the 4:30 p.m. class. And then I had to switch because of work to an earlier class time. So to me, it doesn't even matter what class it is. And all the people, no matter which class, it's always been a pleasure to show up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not the 6 a.m. crowd, although we are the coolest class around. So
Y'all are, it's pretty funny how awake y'all are that early in the morning.
yeah, it takes us a few minutes, but we
Yeah.
get there eventually.
And once y'all start talking, it's very difficult to get y'all to stop.
True.
You're just
Not
like, all
many
right,
of us, but-
come on. So what changes have you seen within TCF? Because you've been coming for so long, I guess. What changes have you seen throughout the 10 years here?
I think overall the mentality of CrossFit has shifted a little bit. I think it's the idea of constantly varied. You kind of are a generalist. You're not specifying in any one thing. Has always been there inherently. But I think the biggest changes I've seen over time is you can see the community trying to hone in on the best way to train people and do it in a way that doesn't cause injury, keeps people wanting to come back, keeps them motivated. And that's always through the different types of programming that are available. And so to me, that's one of the biggest things I've seen change. In TCF specifically, I think we've just molded with the times. We've TCF has always been good, I think, at listening to members and understanding what their community wants. And I think that's really important in any kind of a Triangle gym or any kind of CrossFit gym, I should say. I think it's really important that, because everyone has its own personality.
Yeah.
And so you really do kind of have to understand what is the personality of that gym. And you have to tailor it towards those members. Otherwise, they're not going to want to stick around. And I think Triangle's done a good job at that over the years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we try to listen to everyone as much as we can. Obviously, we can't listen to everyone. Some requests are really out there, but we try and listen to the majority of people.
That's right. That's right. That's all you can do. You can hear what people are saying. It is a service industry, but you still need to stay true to what you want and your objectives as the owners of the gym, and then also adhere and understand. If it is a majority that seems to be speaking, there's a reason, so hopefully it's valuable.
Like everyone's complaining about how cold it is. Maybe you need to bump the temperature up like 1 degree or something like that.
Thank goodness we have heat. There are gyms that don't, so I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, what was it, the other morning, I think Pete was saying that y'all were coming in, or no, there was running the other morning, and Pete was saying how cold y'all were when you went outside.
Yeah, it was a definite shock, but I would rather come in and have the shock because it's better than working out in the cold.
So you mentioned how Dove kind of got you started into CrossFit, but like what specifically, was there like a driving force for you to like stick with CrossFit after that first time frame? Like, what caused you to stick with it in the beginning?
For me, it was you saw something tangible at the end of what you were doing. So for the women's series, it was a 6-week long course. And we had a WOD we did at the very beginning, day 1, and then we had a WOD we did at the end, the 6th week. And I had never done anything that I really was good at tracking and keeping track of the progress that you made. And it was amazing to me that in a 6-week time period, that improvement I had on that WOD that I started with and ended with was, to me, astronomical. And I was like, I can't believe that. In 6 weeks' time, I was able to like improve that much. And from there, that's all it took. I mean, for me, it was just the ability to see the improvements, even if it wasn't necessarily physically at first, with body composition and stuff, because that took a while. It always does.
Yeah.
But I think that was the hardest thing for me personally, to always stay motivated in anything I was doing. Workout-wise, was I never felt like I was making progress. And with Triangle, because we do write things down, we repeat workouts, we track our changes, you could see the improvements. You could see the strength being built. And it was just, I thought that was awesome. And so that's what made me stay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the kind of the quantifiable aspect about it, rather than just kind of like I'm feeling a little better, feeling a little stronger.
Right.
That's awesome.
It was.
And so that kind of got you started into CrossFit. What has you continuing with CrossFit specifically? I know you said that like it's the you come in, it's already on the whiteboard, you don't have to necessarily worry about it. Do you still enjoy the trying to see the progress, or is it like something else that's kind of changed to keep you coming back to CrossFit?
That's a good question, because it has been a lot of years. I think for me, it's still a combination of all of that, and knowing that as I'm getting older, that I'm still showing up to challenge myself. And that's what CrossFit does for me, is it does force me to challenge myself. I can't just sit back and do the bare minimum, or I don't want to, I guess is the easy. I can't show up in this gym with the people I work out with and do the bare minimum. And that's okay, because that's what I need, that's what I want. So I appreciate, and that's what does keep me coming back, is that I like continuing, even after all these years, seeing those small gains or the things that I've improved on, or today's going to be a great day because it's got whatever, a heavy lift in it, or and so I enjoy those aspects of it still. They keep me motivated.
Nice. And so over your years, what's the biggest accomplishment that you've seen within CrossFit?
For me, it's strength. I enjoy the strength portions, and in particular, I like the strict press. So I guess if I had to pick one thing, it's the improvement I've had in my presses over the years. So
why the strict press in particular?
I think for women, because our upper body muscle groups are smaller to begin with, is that we just don't normally, we can't and don't see as big a gains and aren't able to lift as much. So that's the one thing I always give everybody. Everybody's, oh my gosh, you're so strong. I'm like, yeah, but I can't breathe for anything. So it's like, I gotta have my one thing. I'll take this one thing that I have. So
It's like you put me in a cardio workout. And,
Yeah.
Then
then there flies by Jessica, there flies by Anthony, and everybody else just like passes me by. But that's okay. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, but it's the combination of them all that, again, this is one of the reasons I like CrossFit too, because you're not just doing only ever one thing. And it does challenge you to improve on your weaknesses as well. So
Oh yeah, and that's how you get fitter overall.
that's right.
Yeah. So what do you have any future goals that you're kind of striving for at the moment?
Just keep showing up.
Just keep showing up.
Yeah, I don't have anything in particular. To me, it really is about, I just want to stay healthy. I want to stay physically fit, active, and have the best quality of life for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what it's, all about, is just trying to kind of push off the nursing home further and further, feel healthier than you did the day prior, and try and continuously keep up those good habits.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then what positive impacts have you seen from CrossFit?
Oh, a ton. I mean, for me, just the strength, the way that I look physically has changed significantly.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you. I was going through trying to get out like the Christmas decorations and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you and I think Dev also in there. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
And it is, I mean, even like rewind 2 or 3 years ago, I mean, you can pick the year, but even from, start to middle to finish, because I've plateaued, everybody has their ups and downs with their workouts. And even though I've continued to come, there's been times where for a good year or more, I might have only showed up once or twice a week, as opposed to I try to be consistent at 5 days a week. And, but yeah, I mean, to me, and especially as a woman, it has definitely been body composition is where I've noticed my most change physically. Just the muscles that I never even realized existed till they started showing up.
Yeah.
And of course, when I'm, on point with my diet and all that as well, it's nice to see as you lean out, just the physical, the what has happened physically after you do all that workout and the clean eating and stuff I always enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then I guess especially nowadays, the whole body composition stuff, that stuff is, with magazines and stuff, it's crazy the stuff that they're putting out there, and stuff that some ladies are expected to kind of morph themselves into.
Right. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is I like being strong. It's not important to me to be skinny. It's not important to me to, I say look a certain way because I like looking fit. I like looking strong. I like when people have the confidence to come up to me and say, I can tell you work out. I like that. I want to look like I work out. I don't want to be told, oh, you look so skinny. That's what CrossFit's done for me, is it's made me realize, and then, having a daughter of my own and even my son, it's important to me to convey to my kids that it's about a healthy way of life and be strong and be healthy, because that's what helps you, be better in life overall. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that's one good thing that CrossFit's doing, is kind of breaking the, I don't know the correct word, status quo or not, but breaking that idea that for a woman has to look a certain way or something like that.
Yeah.
I know the daughters, like Sarah Sigmund's daughter, Katrin and Annie, they're doing this awesome stuff over there. I saw, and about how they're trying to break the stimulus, especially within Iceland itself.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you're saying, it's giving some ladies the belief that they don't have to fall into this specific type of person. I mean,
right.
as long, healthy can look something completely different, and
Depending on,
all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned how you have your kids and stuff, and how maybe there's been a couple times where you've only been able to come in once or twice a week. How have you continuously been able to prioritize the gym throughout all of that? Because you've been coming for 10 years. You have, with your kids, with job changes and stuff.
Yeah. It really is about just, you cannot make an excuse. As soon as you allow yourself to make the excuse and say, well, it's because of the kids, it's because of the job, even if it's because of money, at times it's been, rewind 10 years ago, and it was like we had to prioritize. Well, maybe we're not going out to eat as much during the month because the gym is important and that has to be a priority. So I think it's just making a choice to say this is not something you're willing to let go or compromise on. Just as if, if it's something you're, studying in school and not compromising on, I'm going to study because I need to get a grade and I need to succeed. So I think it's just, and that's one of the things I've noticed too over the years with CrossFit in general, the people that do it and stick with it, there is a mental toughness that exists within those people. And I think that mental toughness is also what keeps you coming back. You're not giving yourself the excuse to say, no, I'm going to turn the alarm off and not go in. I hear the alarm, I really don't want to get out of bed, but I'm getting out of bed anyways.
It's like, I know I need to do it. I know I'm going to feel better after I do it.
That's right.
Might as well wake up and do it.
Yeah. Just don't even let your mind go there. You just shut it off, get up and start moving, and you'll show up at the gym and you'll feel better for it.
Yeah. As long as you can get in the front, I tell people, as long as you can come in the front door, we'll take care of the rest.
That's exactly right. And even if it's an off day, we all have off days. Sometimes they happen more frequently than not. If you showed up and you put forth the effort, it was better than if you hadn't. Even if you feel like crap, even after you finish the workout, if you feel like crap and you're just like, man, that sucked. I wasn't proud of the achievement I made that day at the gym. Hey, at least you showed up. And it was better than sitting on your couch at home watching TV.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Or getting that, or like hitting the snooze button like 2 more times,
Right.
or something along those lines.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's awesome that you've consistently, you've continuously come to the gym.
Yep.
It may not have been super consistent sometimes.
Sure,
depending upon what's going on. But I mean, that you've kind of stuck with it, and you've kind of lasted this long, and are going to last even longer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.
And then last question is kind of a fun one. What would your walkout song be? So if you came in the gym, let's say you came in the gym at 6 a.m., what song would you want to have blasting over the radio?
Oh, man. I know. And you tried to prep me for this one, too. I'm going to just say, because it was the first one that popped in my head, is We Are the Champions. Just because it's a good song, it's got a good beat, it gets everybody pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one I'll pick.
Just come in, jamming out to it. And be like,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nicole.
Oh, no problem.
And congratulations on being December's Member of the Month.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.